If you ever wanted proof that AI companies will ship the spiciest feature first and ask questions later, today's story is your Exhibit A. It's Wednesday, February 11th, 2026, and you're listening to Blue Lightning Daily. I'm Hunter.
And I'm Riley. And yes, this episode was assembled by our lovely little robot production line, fully automated, which means if I suddenly sound like a Victorian audiobook, blame the machines.
Today, ByteDance hit pause on a Seedance 2.0 feature that could generate a personal-sounding synthetic voice from a single face photo. Some users saw it labeled human reference, and people immediately went, cool, so identity theft is now drag and drop?
Wait, hold up. This is the part that's actually bonkers. This wasn't upload a voice sample and clone it. This was upload a selfie and it guesses your voice. That's not a shortcut, that's a trapdoor.
Yeah, it's closer to voice inference than voice cloning. And the reason everyone freaked out is the missing step. Usually the consent friction is, at minimum, where'd you get the audio? But a face photo? That's everywhere. LinkedIn, TikTok thumbnails, your aunt's Facebook banner from 2013.
Literally, faces are the most stealable file format on Earth. If a tool can go face to voice to performance, the biometric isn't just face or voice anymore, it's the creepy pipeline between them.
That's the phrase. Identity stops being a single medium problem, it becomes a pipeline problem.
Okay, but is the scandal the tech or the fact it was briefly in the wild? Like, did someone accidentally leave the lab door open?
I think it's both. The tech is obviously powerful. But the real issue is distribution. A lot of high-likeness stuff is fine in a controlled, consent-heavy environment. The minute it's casually available in a creator app ecosystem, it turns into chaos speedrun.
And ByteDance didn't pull Seedance 2.0 entirely. They pulled the face photo to personal voice path and reportedly clamped down on real person reference inputs while they add safeguards.
Right. The rest of Seedance is still in limited testing, multi-shot generation, native audio, better lip sync, more consistent facial performance. That AI as a digital director vibe, which for creators is still a big deal even without the face-to-voice trick.
Totally. Because the real trend here is video tools trying to become end-to-end production systems. Not just make me a clip, but help me make a whole sequence with audio that doesn't need a rescue mission in Premiere.
Speaking of the ecosystem, in the last week we've had a bunch of AI becomes the production layer moves. Google's pushing Gemini as a creator front-end with VO video drafts and photo-to-video, plus Project Genie for explorable worlds.
And Adobe pulled Luma Ray into Firefly Chat, which is basically like, hey editors, what if your video iteration lived inside the same place you do creative review? Which is actually how real teams work.
Also, Claude Opus 4.6 dropped that giant context window in beta and agent teams. Less one chat thread, more small crew working in parallel. That matters for creative ops because it's the difference between babysitting and producing.
Plus GPT-POV3 codecs showing up in Copilot for agentic coding loops. So the meta story is, everything is getting faster, more automated, more multi-tool. And the safety gaps get louder because the outputs are more convincing.
Which brings us back. How do you even build consent into something that works off a profile picture?
Honestly, you can't do it purely on the input. Like, did you upload your own face? That's unenforceable at scale. So you have to gate the capability and verify the human. Liveness checks, identity verification, maybe permissioned libraries of licensed faces and voices.
But Riley, is that real security or is it just security theater with better UX?
It can be theater if it's just check this box. But liveness plus ID is at least a speed bump. And the real move is, don't allow real person inference unless the subject is verified and the use is auditable. Like, you can generate a synthetic narrator voice, fine, but this sounds like that person from that photo? That should be locked down hard.
Yeah, because for creators and marketers, the risk isn't theoretical. Imagine a brand manager gets a voice note that sounds like the CEO saying, yep, wire the funds. Or a creator gets caught saying something they never said.
And because Seedance is generating audio and video together, moderation is harder. You're not just checking an MP3 or a clip separately. You're getting a fused, persuasive artifact. It's like the deepfake comes pre-packaged for virality.
So, do we think ByteDance paused this because it's dangerous, or because the PR blast radius got too big too fast?
Both. Like, yes, danger. But also, when people realize the barrier to impersonation just dropped to right-click save image, regulators start stretching in the hallway, and platforms hate surprise attention.
For creators listening, what still works and what should you do right now? If you have access to Seedance testing, you can still use it for multi-shot drafts, consistent characters, and system voices. Keep it in the sandbox. Use it for concepting ads, shorts, pitch visuals. But don't build a workflow that depends on high-likeness, real-person synthesis staying open.
And do yourself a favor. If you're a creator, lock down your accounts. Two-factor. Tighten email security. And start treating your voice and face like assets that can be misused. Which is gross, but welcome to 2026.
Also, practical brand move, have a verification phrase internally. Like if someone calls you with an urgent request, you verify using a known channel. Not vibes, not audio.
Speaking of vibes, Hunter, give me your best meme caption for this update.
New feature, upload a selfie. Output, an HR incident.
On Strange Mine. Mine is POV. You posted one headshot and now you're starring in a crypto scam ad against your will.
Before we go, we have to do our weekly confession. Favorite AI confidently lied in a meeting moment.
Oh, easy. I asked an assistant to summarize a brand's campaign history, and it invented an entire Super Bowl ad that never happened. And it said it like it was reading the Bible. I was 2 seconds from repeating it out loud until I was like, wait, did we even buy TV?
That's the scary part. Hallucinations are one thing. Hallucinations with perfect delivery are another. That's why with voice and face tools, human in the loop isn't optional. It's the job.
All right, creators, that's the move today. The tech is getting magical, but the guardrails have to get real. ByteDance pausing face-to-voice is a signal that high-likeness features are heading toward gated access, verification, and you don't get this unless you can prove it's you.
Thanks for hanging with us on Blue Lightning Daily. Subscribe if you want the no-hype, creator-first version of what's happening in generative AI.
And go check out bluelightningtv.com for AI news and updates. We'll be there, fully automated, occasionally unhinged, and still somehow on deadline.
Catch you next time, unless someone uploads my yearbook photo and replaces me with a more punctual version.
Honestly, that version would probably still miss exports. Bye, y'all.